Attention gamers. For over 10 years I've been playing this piss pit of a game, making content on it twice a week for 5 straight years, and throughout all this time I've entertained but never progressed. Stuck in eternal prison of Goldie Low, to the point where my Snoop Dogg phase coined the term hard stuck. I'm hard stuck. That's what all the haters say. I'm hard stuck, giving all my LP away. I'm hard stuck, same rank different day. Cause low hell's my home and I'm here to stay. But as League in the West is starting to die, as the game really is only healthy in regions where its pro teams don't suck a fat chode dick, I've started to evaluate what is next. I've started posting on my second channel Rav Rambles, where I brought my unique take to a variety of topics. Kai Cenat made so much money from his begathon that rumor is he can actually afford an entire bag of Pokemon's cookies. But today in the game you are about to witness, a finale of sorts is in order. An emotional roller coaster that I'm excited to share with you, that marks an end of an era for me. An end that will make sense by the end of the video. An end that puts the past behind me, a part of history some might say. Speaking of history and all of its heroes, check out what I've been doing during my champ selects. I'd like to introduce you to my latest addiction. Welcome to my humble village that I've built from scratch. You can see I'm still remodeling the place with new buildings, but a true king like myself must do one thing.
Expand, 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 clear forest, make land.
But in order to expand I need to conquer the lands using this Chad-like man in the middle of my town. As you can see, I've unlocked 2 heroes so far, each of them a famous person from history, as the game has numerous heroes to unlock, but with just these first 2 I'm out for blood. I head to the staged campaign where I take down the wildlife in the land, leveraging my hero's ultimate abilities as I progress further. The final stage features an albino wolf, the kingpin of that land, which did result in a close battle, but with it we were successful, which meant I could now do one thing.
Expand, 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 clear forest.
This game has tons of potential as you level through different ages in history, as some of people's cities look insane compared to mine, but I've been pleasantly surprised with how fun it's playing so far, so thank them for the sponsor. Use my link below or scan this QR code, and also if you use promo code START now in game you'll get a boost to unlock your first legendary hero, which will make
Expand, expand, expand.
much easier from the start. Alright, back to my swan song of sorts, and I promised this one would be an emotional roller coaster. The first emotion being indifference to the fact that yet another one of my junglers went solo searching for his missing brain cells in the enemy forest, like he just watched a swag video against a custom lobby of his simps where that worked, and sure enough the absolute worst person on the enemy team to get a free first blood gets it. Anyways, that carb desperate anorexic arrives to lane smug as fuck with her sack of 400 just hanging out of her skinny jeans, but we poke her like a gastroenterologist pokes an asshole, all while my top laner is joining the exclusive I'm Shit club. I will say in the 10 years I've been playing this game, the 2 wards in my ball sack have never had more job security, as they know I will just never let them go, but at the same time look at how this Amumu flat out crawled out of Lux's asshole right in front of my eyes. This surprise magic trick burnt my flash, and it may or may not have given that little David Band-Aid Blaine bitch a free dragon, who then went straight over and killed my cauterized cuck of a mid laner, which started this game off exactly how hundreds of others have in the past. I continued to feel indifference as that midget mummy diffed the shit out of Spearbo Baggins, who was first time jungling on my side, all while that scissor simp continued to give out free sacks of cash to whoever was in front of her, while then declaring in chat that I guess we will int. Unfortunately, most of you know the way this book typically ends, as my teammates who aren't assigned mid decide to start walking in there one at a time, volunteering as tribute to a round of the Hunger Games where there will be no victors, and based off of the Yelp reviews of my jungler I'm under the assumption he's a combination of like 3 Cheetos dust fingers and 4 functional brain cells. My top is now announcing that she will be running it down, and I myself ran into a situation where my free trial of having color on my screen finally expired as well. The next emotion was hope, as we were in line to get some red meat, Inferno brisket on the menu, and I wasn't going to have this chode ass breathe right strip steal yet another objective, so I threw some coke and Mentos in the old pistols and enjoyed the show while my top was in chat tippy toes on her soapbox about all the reasons she is giving up this game. The emotion of hope quickly turned into toxic anger, however, when my support decided to take a trip up north to cuff the balls of my inting top laner, which resulted in their bot lane snorting cocaine off the rubble of my collapsed tower, and my ass, which should have known better, being killed by Miss Booger Sugar. As a League of Legends player, I of course was conditioned to roll a fresh warrior on my keyboard, aka tell my Seraphine to drink bleach and snack on some shit for dessert, all while my brand was typing in whatever language XQC speaks in. To make matters worse, Belle Delphine couldn't hit the side of a barn with her ult, which meant mine would be dramatically less effective, and after getting teabagged by a literally armless midget once again, I had a decision to make: give in to the quitters that were inting my game, or bathe in the toxic chaos that is low elo, knowing that the enemy team has just as many morons capable of mental booming under the right situation, and I would just need to find the trigger. I declared in chat that I will not be FFing, so call me the hostage taker in the comments all you want. I wasn't going to give up on this team of failed abortions. Sure, even though when we did get a pick it would be accompanied by shish kebab. Sammy here donating the proceeds of our kill right back to the Make a Fed Enemy Team Foundation. And sure, my ults were shittier than an airport bathroom, while that knee-nibbling elastoplast butt muncher stuck to me like the band-aid he is, which meant no wins would be celebrated in his presence. Their jungler was completing the hat trick of global objectives, while our jungler was letting more people take advantage of him than Bonnie Blue. Despite what my therapist/coach told me, towers were no longer a safe place, as I was now extremely susceptible to that Egyptian pygmy fuck stun queefs, while the kill count and the objectives were looking bleaker by the moment. Our mid was getting doggy-styled, towers were being taken, my top was AFK jungle farming as promised, and I swear at this point I knew this was going to be my last game here. An emotion of rage and power came over me, and I wasn't going to let it end this way. I killed Elon Musk's sex doll with ease. Then when Tacky's flavored brand lit that elo inflated star slut on fire, I would be there to shove shrapnel up into every orifice of her corpse. When pool party Mr. Waternoose was freely taking our tier 2, I would book a one-way ticket to that king crab leg all-you-can-eat buffet, and if any bitches wanted to interrupt my mukbang, they would be getting wombo comboed before I would finish off my meal. We would start taking objective bounties, and even though the short king of queefs came in, I would survive long enough to right-click harder than Hassan clicks on the taser remote on his desk. As more team fights were breaking out, we got in this awkward standoff where I was saving my nut for the right opportunity while Amumu was doing the same thing, and while neither of us got off optimally, I at least made sure the anorexic gun slut got the shaft before piecing out of there. The enemy team got an uncontested soul, which I knew would make this comeback harder than a woodpecker's lips, but luckily Lux was squishier than a tit, so any chance I got to tap that ass I took with glee. Team fights were starting to feel slightly better as I had 4 items, but Seraphine remained 0 for Saturday on her ults, and I quickly found myself in a worse position than a cucumber at an all-female prison, which was a slight setback. Luckily, I knew the single win condition for team fights was for me to stay far enough away from almost prom king Cho Dick's ult, and so I played 6 screens back until I saw it come out, and then I would walk up and give these kids a colorful bubble bath. I built a guardian angel because I knew even though my ults were being left to cook, there would come time when a weaponized Atlantis water slide would pull me in and drown me in front of my co-workers, but like the scriptures proclaim, she with the bubble tits resurrects after 3 seconds, and with that it was saved. We were still down over 10 kills, but we breached the base and Elon's sex doll wasn't going to get in my way. This gave us enough pressure to try and circle jerk the large toothy river worm in hopes of bathing in his purple minion roid inducing jizz, which was a success. We pushed into their base, and when I witnessed my support land her first ability, I threw her a party featuring multiple homicides before I attracted enough attention to myself to also meet my maker. Luckily my job in that fight was done, so I could just sit back and watch the girl who definitely has a future career in cutting the ribbon at theme park openings kill off the remaining players. The game that started off hopeless with inners idiots and people trying to surrender every 3 minutes now was coming down to one last fight for Elder. The winner of this team fight would surely win the game, so I played back just waiting for the perfect moment to push my win fight button, and that's what I did. I cleaned up King Crab legs and then I flashed to burst the blonde. The midget was nothing without his backup singer, so I ended with a quadra to wrap up the last fight. So as I marched down the base, I had hinted that this would be a finale of sorts, the end of an era that I started 10 years ago and documented for the past 6. And that era was the one where I was hard stuck in gold. That's right, your boy Rav is all grown up, solo platinum gaming coming the fuck up. Subscribe for the movement, more troll ass videos, more flame, more drama, more WoW series. Everything is my goddamn oyster. Brush your fucking teeth tonight. Rav out.